Hey guys, today we'll be adding a gel seat to this 2017 Honda Africa Twin. It's about 2 centimeters, which equates to roughly 3/4 of an inch of gel, and then we will take it for a test ride and see if it was worth it or not. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Here are the materials and some of the tools that might come in handy. 2 centimeter thick ballistics gel and 2 millimeter padding, foam padding. It's more like a cork board. A little tape measure, which I ended up not using. You're gonna need a razor blade with some extra blades, and the 6-inch planer, which will come in pretty handy later on. This is the standard height seat for the 2017 Honda Africa Twin 1000. Now I've already removed the staples just to save some time on the video, and then we will start drawing our lines where we'll be making our cuts. A lot of this video I had to do voiceover because there was a lot of background noise. If any of you have kids, you know what it's like to have a bunch of screaming and cartoons going in the background. I'm getting ready to make my cuts here, and I had to use I used the razor blade, but I recommend probably using scissors. They cut a little bit cleaner than the razor blade did. It was a little bit more work to get through the gel, so scissors would probably work a little bit better. I'm sure there are better ways to do this. I was just using tools that I had around the house. This whole project probably took 2 to 3 hours, including the breaks to keep the kids from jumping off the furniture or flushing something down the toilet or running away with my tools. But if you were to start and finish it without any disruptions, it'd probably take you less than an hour. This gel is really sticky, so I left the film on it. Otherwise, it would be pretty difficult to work with. I recommend keeping the extra pieces, the scrap pieces, because you'll end up, at least in my case, I ended up needing some of them to fill some of the gaps at the top. This is about the depth of the razor blade, and like I said, this is 2 centimeter gel, so it happens to be almost the perfect length so that I can get the right depth of cut into the foam. And I think I changed the razor blade probably 2 to 3 times. It didn't cut as easily as you would think it would through the foam, even being a new blade. After cutting the outside edges, now I'm cutting like a grid system, horizontally and then vertically. it easier to pull out the pieces that way.
Clear. Alright. Got it. Thank you for being a good listener. Now I know. Yeah, you're gonna feel this.
After taking out the pieces by hand, I recommend going outside because using the planer gets pretty messy. Now we can start making little adjustments and cuts into our gel pad. My gel pad is a little bit short at the top, so I'm going to use some of the scrap pieces to fill in that gap. Here I'm going to use that foam matting material. Earlier I said it's 2 millimeters. It's actually 4 millimeters to raise the gel so that it's not lower than the foam pad. You want it even, or maybe even a little bit higher than the foam pad, so that when you put the cover back on, you don't feel the foam pad underneath. Just go all the way around, making sure the gel is just a little bit higher than the foam. So I got that pretty even. So it's a pretty smooth transition. And we'll put some fabric over all of this, and then it should kind of hide these void spots that go all the way around. Here I'm using an adhesive spray to hold this t-shirt that I had cut, and it should hold everything together pretty well. Try to stretch it so it's nice and tight without wrinkles, and do small sections at a time.
Glaze down.
All right, we got the fabric on there. The transitions are pretty smooth. It's just raised a little bit here, but the seam of the seat cover should hide this pretty well. We'll see once we get the seat cover on. Outside of that, the rest of the seams feel pretty good. Like that cut t-shirt that I used. So let's keep it moving. If you're using the factory seat and factory cover, there's these little hooks on the bottom side and little holes on the cover that you can pull it tight and put them on the hooks, and it'll kind of hold everything tight while you start to staple everything together. These are the staples I used. They're 1/2 inch. I would recommend using 1/4 inch, but this is all I had. If you can get stainless, that's even better. And then you're just going to work your way around the bottom of the seat. Alright, that's it. All stapled up. That's pretty good. Can't see any seams. We'll try it out on the bike and get back to you. So I'm back, went for a ride. I'd say it was a success, especially for under $50. I hope this video tutorial helps some of you out there. If you have any questions, shoot me